Have you ever really stopped to think about, well, how you think? I mean, it's the most basic thing we do, right? But we almost never look under the hood at the process itself. Well, today, we're going to do just that. We're diving into the two main operating systems for the human mind, the rational method and the scientific method. And trust me, understanding this difference might just change how you see, well, everything. So, let's kick things off with a huge question, one that's been on people's minds for centuries. How do we actually know what we know? Really think about it. Is it just stuff we see, things we figure out with logic, or is it based on our experiences? This is the perfect place to start our whole conversation about the machinery of thought. Okay, so before we jump into the different methods of thinking, we need to agree on what thought even is. Now, the source material for this breakdown has a really cool take on it. A thought isn't just some random idea that pops into your head. Nope. It's a whole process. Your senses, your eyes, your ears, they feed data about reality to your brain. And then your brain instantly cross-references that new info with this massive library of everything you already know to create an understanding. It's happening constantly, every single second. So for that incredible process to even get off the ground, what do you need? Well, it turns out there's a kind of recipe. 4 essential ingredients, to be exact. And the source is pretty clear. If you're missing even one of these, you just can't form a proper thought. It's like a secret formula for how we think. Let's break down what's in it. All right, here they are. First up, you need a reality. That could be a physical object or even an idea, something to actually think about. Next, you need a sane mind, which just means a brain that's capable of processing things logically. Third, the senses. This is your hardware, your eyes, ears, sense of touch that perceive that reality. And finally, number 4, previous information. That's your personal database of everything you've ever learned, which gives you context. The crazy part? All 4 work together in a split second. So, once all those pieces are in place, our brains boot up their default operating system. This is what our source calls the rational method. And it's not just a way of thinking, it's the fundamental core way that humans process the world. To put it really simply, the rational method is just your brain's natural, built-in way of making sense of things. It's not something you learn from a book. It's just how a healthy mind works by default. It takes in information and spits out a conclusion. And what I love about this is just how clean and simple the process is. It's really just 3 steps. First, sensation. You see something, you hear something, you feel something. Second, analysis. Your brain, in a flash, compares that new information to everything you already know. And third, judgment. You make a call. Hey, that's a dog. This coffee is hot. I get this concept now. Simple as that. Now here's the kicker. The scope of this thing is massive. It's universal. You use the exact same 3-step process to understand what a table is as you do to think about big abstract ideas like justice or the law, or even your own personal beliefs. It's the one tool for all kinds of understanding. Okay, so if the rational method is this universal tool that handles everything, where in the world does the scientific method fit in? Well, the argument from our source is that it's not a rival system. Think of it more like a specialized tool, a branch of rational thought that was designed for one very specific job. And the key is right here in the definition. The scientific method is all about running experiments on physical, tangible things. You can't use it to test an idea like courage or beauty. Its entire purpose is limited to stuff we can touch, measure, and see in the physical world. And this slide really nails down what makes it so different. It's all about experiments and getting results you can actually measure. But here's a really important point. Its results are never, ever considered absolute, final truth. They are always relative, always open to being proven wrong. That's why the possibility of error isn't a bug, it's a feature. That's how science moves forward. All right, now we're getting to the absolute core of the argument from the source material. We have to understand the real relationship between these two ways of thinking. Is one better than the other, or is it more like a tree and its branch? And this quote just says it all. The scientific method doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Think about it. A scientist has to use the rational method first just to come up with a hypothesis to test. That's why the source argues that science is a tool used by the rational mind. It's not the foundation, it's a powerful extension. This chart lays it all out so clearly. Just look at the scope. Rational is universal. It handles everything. Scientific is limited strictly to the physical. And check out the output. The rational method is aiming for a conclusive, solid understanding. The scientific method, on the other hand, gives you a relative result that's always, always open for revision later. Two very different goals. So you might be thinking, okay, that's interesting, but why does this really matter? Well, it's not just some academic debate. According to the source, when we mix up these two methods, we can end up with some really, really flawed conclusions about the world and our place in it. The big idea here is simply using the right tool for the right job. When we try to apply the scientific method, a tool designed for physical stuff, to huge, abstract questions about existence, it's a major mistake. It's like trying to measure how much you love someone with a ruler, or trying to weigh the concept of freedom on a scale. The tool just isn't built for that. And this slide makes the practical application crystal clear. For anything finite, anything in the physical world around us, yeah, the scientific method is the perfect specialized tool for the job. But for the big questions, questions about infinite ideas, abstract concepts like justice, or even the idea of a creator, the source argues that the only tool that fits is that universal, foundational, rational method. And that leaves us with a really important question to take with us. The next time you come across a new idea, or a tough problem, or a deep question, ask yourself, which path to knowledge is the right one here? Knowing the difference between your brain's core operating system and its specialized toolkit isn't just a fun fact. It's the key to thinking more clearly and logically about absolutely everything.